You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to another DVD collection update. To start off here, we have The Incredible Hulk Season 1. This is the 70s Incredible Hulk series. I actually had this DVD set as a kid, but I've since kind of scattered the discs throughout the zip-up cases. And I wanted to get it again because I really like this show. This, to me, is my favorite version of the Hulk. I fucking love the 70s Incredible Hulk show. I like that it's more of like a drama, tragedy, and it's got some horror elements rather than just being a superhero series. It's not really a superhero series like at all. But here's the first inner case with disc 1 in it. There's the back of that. Now the disc is actually in the Xbox because I was watching it just before this video and I'm too lazy to go get it right now, so there you go. But here's disc 2. There's the back of the case. And the disc. The discs all have this same simplistic design, so you're not missing much with disc 1 being gone. Here's the third inner case. There's the back of it. And disc 3 itself. Then finally we have the fourth inner case with disc 4. The back of that. And disc 4 itself. Yeah, when I was a kid, I had Season 1 for a long time, and I rewatched it many, many times. And of course, it had this episode from Season 2, Stop the Presses, so I watched that quite a bit as well. But I always really liked how the outer cases have this transformation thing. That's really cool. Here we have Season 2. Again, there's a look at the lenticular case with the transformation. Very cool. I never had Season 2 as a kid. They had the show on Netflix, though, so I watched it on there quite a bit back when it was on there. I did also used to record it on our Dish DVR back in the day as well. I really got into the show when I was younger. But there's the first inner case. There's the back of it. And as you can see, they put 2 discs in this case. Here's the second inner case. There's the back of it. Discs 3 and 4. And here's the third and final inner case, which contains disc 5. And there's the back of it. I like that these seasons each contain an episode for the next season, which is a pretty cool bonus feature as a teaser if you don't have the other seasons. But there's disc 5 itself. And here we have Season 3. There's a good look at the case design. There's the back of the big case. Now, this one does not include an episode from the following season, but it has stuff involving the Edward Norton movie, so I guess this one came out around that time. And it looks like here they went back to 1 disc per case. There's the back of that. So there's disc 1. It looks like it comes with a ticket to $8.50 off, so a coupon for the Edward Norton movie. So that's kind of cool. It also has an ad for the Incredible Hulk game on 360, Wii, and PS3. Here's the second case. And there's the back of it. And there's the disc. Here's the third case. There's the back of it. And the disc itself. Here's the fourth case. The back of it. And the disc itself. Fifth case. There's the back of it. And the disc itself. And then we have Season 4. There's a look at the lenticular design. Now, I did not get Season 5, because I actually still have Season 5 in its case and everything. Because, as I said, Netflix, for some reason, only had the first 4 seasons. So I've got Season 5 already. I've also got the movies that followed up after Season 5, being the Incredible Hulk Returns, The Trial of the Incredible Hulk, and The Death of the Incredible Hulk. I have all of those. But yeah, here's the back of Season 4. But yeah, that's why I bought 1 through 4 and not 5, because they actually had all 5 when I was at the store today. Here's Disc 1. There's the back. There's the actual disc. Case 2. There's the back. And the disc. Case 3. There's the back. And the disc. Case 4. There's the back. And the disc. Moving on from the Incredible Hulk, we got Robotech, the Macross Saga, the first Robotech War. I have not seen any Robotech. Chisu goes on about it a lot. I saw this there for cheap, decided to pick it up. There's the back. Here's Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, Disc 4, and Disc 5. Next up, we have Severance, which is a show on Apple TV. This is a for-your consideration release, meaning this was sent off to the Emmys and is not for public release. But there's the back of it. There's the inner case, the next flap of the inner case. There's the middle, and that side. These discs are a pain in the ass to get out, so I'm only getting one out for now. Next up, we have the Dragon Ball Z Rock the Dragon edition, which is the Ocean dub. As you can tell, this is a totally legit set. The DVDs are actually really fucking rare, so I got this. I tell you what, though, if I ever come across those DVDs, I'm picking that up in a heartbeat if it's at a good price. But specifically, this is the Saban Ocean dub, so the earlier one that was censored and stuff. Next up, we have the Dr. Slump OVAs, OVA 1 through 6 plus special. I noticed that one of these is one of the movies for sure from the 1 through 5 set, so that's a bit odd, but there you go. And there's that. Next up, we have The Sopranos, the complete series. I've had this one for a while now, obviously, if you've been watching my Red Eye Theaters, but, you know, I've taken forever to actually make this video. Also, two things I'll say about the case. The outside of this case is really fucking easy to beat up. As you can see, it's already getting kind of scuffed up. And the second thing is, these things hold in the discs in a way that makes it seem like it's really fucking easy to damage them. Like, you gotta be really fucking mindful taking these out. But it's a similar case to Succession, in that the disc holders come out, just like the Succession disc holders do. It came with 2 of these cases. I'm not going to bother going over all the discs, because, you know, they all have the same art. So, there it is. Next up, we have Dragon Ball Z, the strongest guy in the world, the big green dub. As you might have guessed, this is World's Strongest. It's the second big green dub DVD I own. The first, of course, being Lord Slug, which is called Super Saiyan Son Goku on that. And there's the disc itself. Alright, this last little bit's going to be something a little bit different. As you guys may or may not know, my grandma passed away at the end of 2023. And when that happened, she actually left me a bunch of VHS and DVDs, so these are some of those. But I'm only showing them as images and not going into super detail because I had to take a bunch of pictures. And the reason I'm doing them as images is because she had her address written on them, as well as stickers with her name on them. And I didn't want to try and remove any of that because these VHSs and DVDs were part of my childhood, and I don't want to take away that. So rather than showing you them uncensored, I've edited out the stuff with the personal information. But first up here, we have a DVD double feature of McClintock and Angel and the Bad Man, which are 2 John Wayne movies. I mainly wanted to get this one because of McClintock, which is a movie I've been meaning to see. My grandpa's a huge John Wayne fan, so he has a ton of John Wayne's movies. I made sure with him it was okay for me to take this one before I did, knowing that. But obviously he was fine with it. In fact, he said he probably has this movie multiple times over because he has a bunch of John Wayne collections. Next up we have Mouse Hunt, which is a VHS that I think I have myself somewhere in storage, but I don't know what the hell happened to it. But there it is. Next up we have Beauty and the Beast. Similar situation to Mouse Hunt. I'm sure I had it at one point somewhere, but I don't know what the hell happened to it. Same thing with Recess, School's Out. Hercules, I don't think I'll actually have to edit, but I just took a picture anyway, because that's what I was doing in the moment. Same thing here with Alvin and the Chipmunks Meet Frankenstein. But Edward Scissorhands we have next. Then we have Casper's First Christmas. Then we have Animated Adventures from the Book of Mormon, Samuel and the Sign. This one also didn't have any of her info on, and I think this one was actually mine as a kid, and it got left there. Next up we have All Dogs Go to Heaven Christmas Carol. I loved this movie growing up. This is the 3rd All Dogs Go to Heaven movie, and it's a lot lesser known than the other 2. It's probably not like a masterpiece or anything, but it's super nostalgic for me, so I quite enjoy it. Next up, we have The Peanut Butter Solution, which is a fucking fever dream of a movie. This movie, like, is one that people think of when they think of, like, creepypasta-type movies. Like, this seems like some shit out of a creepypasta. It's fucking bizarre. Next up, we have Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. Next up, Land Before Time 5, which I don't think I'll have to edit either, because it probably doesn't have her information on it. If I do have to edit it, then whatever. Then we have The Rescuers. This is the VHS tape that has the nude scene on it, so there you go, the tits that someone stashed in the background. Next up, we have The Aristocats. Then we have a bunch of these Cartoon Craze DVDs. We got Porky Pig, we got Little Lulu and Little Audrey, we got Tweety and Elmer Fudd, Gumby, and Mighty Mouse. Next up we have How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original cartoon, and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and finally Our Gang, also known as Little Rascals, which I'm also probably not going to need to edit, but there it is.
Subscribe to Fugitive Red Eye.